Hey, welcome to Slow Builds. So, the first video that we got on the channel was about what this channel is going to be about. This one is going to be the why. The last video was also my first YouTube video ever, and it was pretty rough. And my wife was pretty clear on how rough it was. For this one, I still have a script, but I'm going to use it more as a guide. And I'm going to look away, I'll glance at it. So there may be some pauses, some just to rezone myself to where I need to be. That's just me doing this as me. That way I can get through it, not be too nervous about it. And listen, I got to figure out the lighting. I got to figure out the mic. And I got to figure out how to get a good flow. But that's the purpose of this channel. It's building slow, learning as you go. So, like I said, this video is more about why I'm building this, not what it is. So, to bring it back to it, a little while ago, like life and work, everything's moving great. Nothing's bad. There's no stress. It's almost like everything's kind of on autopilot, very automatic. The hours would pass, the days would pass, weeks would just blow by. And you don't really notice. And I keep thinking about that movie Click with Adam Sandler, and where he uses the clicker just to fast forward through life. And next thing you know, his kids are grown, his whole life has changed because he just felt it was easy to get through the small stuff. But that's what matters. And recently for Christmas, we went on vacation, and that really broke the routine of the workouts, the wake up early, to go to the gym, to go to work, to do some extra work at night, to make supper, all those things. Because everything was on autopilot. But the vacation made you realize you're just moving, you're going through the motions, and you're not really building anything, you're not growing, you're just living life and just trying to get through it. And we all are. And the thing is, I've been building things my whole life. Systems at work, systems for my own life, just helping out where I can, building the algorithm, doing habits to stay on track. Some of those habits are always great, like some are not good, and you try to break those. And then you build apps, and you build big ones, you build small ones, you work with teams. So this wasn't about not knowing how to build stuff. It was just realizing I'd stop being intentional about what I was building. I was just doing it. And I'm going to refer to software a lot for this whole channel, really, because it's what I do for a living. So it makes it easy for me to see things and give out examples. It's the biggest part of my life. So, and like with code, when you're deep in it, you're shipping features, you're fixing bugs, you start optimizing for speed. How fast can you get it out? How many can you get out? Without even realizing that you're kind of doing it as like, not a competition, but just a race, I guess. You know the code so well, you don't even really got to think about it. You just kind of like push it out there. And I really started to know this when I had to start reviewing one of my coworkers' codes. And everything would work. He'd meet the specs. He had all the requirements, and everything did exactly what it was supposed to do. But no one was slowing down to ask the question, are the specs right? Is this how users really use the system? What happens when something breaks or someone clicks a different button? And that's when I realized I do the same thing sometimes. Well, most of the time, really. You fix the bug, it works. You ship the feature because it passes the specs. But then it comes back because it broke. It's not like you're not making things better. You're making them work. You're putting out what people expect. But you're not trying to make it the best it can be or cover all bases. You're not taking the time to take a deep look at it. Slowing down gives you that perspective. It allows you to stop assuming that this is what everyone does or this is how it needs to be fixed. You can actually digest what's happening. You slow down, you take your time, you look at it, you think about it. You can reassess and get into a groove of like, I think a user would do this, but what happens if this system goes down and then that breaks? What should the user see? What should happen in this case? All kinds of different things. What's the best way for a user to click and jump around and see things? What makes their life easier and in the end makes the software better? And I'm lost in my speech, so I gotta figure out where I'm at. So yeah, it helps you reassess, and like I just said, like by doing all that, it lets you build a better product. You're building better systems, and in the end, if you apply these same things to your life, it's a better life. So this is not a launch video. This is not a reset from video one. This is slow builds, getting into it, figuring this out. And this is really explaining why I'm doing this. Not what the channel's about, but like why I feel I need to do this. But slowing down forces me to pay attention, to name what I'm working on, name what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. If nothing else, it becomes a record of showing up, even when progress is small and motivation isn't consistent. Never is. You work out every day, you don't see results. You write code all day, you keep hitting bugs. It always happens. No one's ever satisfied. You're always going to hit those walls, but it's about pushing through and keeping going. This isn't about the outcomes. This is about continuing, always showing up. I didn't need to build something big. I needed to build something honest. So this channel is me trying to do that. I'm going to show my progress for each things I do, talk about different things, and this is where we start from here.